Well, the 11-member ASEAN bloc is China's largest trading partner. Together, the countries represent a market of 2 billion people, with bilateral trade reaching nearly $1 trillion last year. Rajiv Biswas is the CEO of Asia Pacific Economics. Thank you so much for joining us. Now, if I could just ask you really what your highlights were from this year's ASEAN summit, and what about the timing of what was announced?
Well, I think it's brought a very turbulent year in world trade with the U.S. tariffs and so on to quite a successful conclusion. I think it's been an outstanding ASEAN summit, very well led by Malaysia in the role of chair. And I think there's been some outstanding outcomes. I think Timor-Leste joining ASEAN as the 11th member was a very important outcome. That's a developing country that I think will benefit considerably from coming under the umbrella of ASEAN. I think also another key highlight has been the Thailand-Cambodia peace accords and the effort Malaysia has made as the chair to bring about that very good outcome. And then I think, of course, the China-US framework trade deal was a very important outcome on the sidelines of the ASEAN summit. And also, I think very important has been the China-ASEAN free trade area upgrade deal, the 3.0 upgrade, which is very important for bilateral trade, which actually has reached almost $1 trillion in size. So, you know, China and ASEAN are very, very important trade partners for each other.
Well, indeed. So some really significant outcomes. And let's talk a little bit more about that China-ASEAN enhanced free trade pact. What do you think the most important changes are to that?
I think what has happened since the original agreement, which was concluded in 2010, is that bilateral trade has really escalated very dramatically. Around 2010, bilateral trade was around $200 billion. By 2024, it's reached about $1 trillion. So it's a very large expansion driven by the rapid growth of both China and ASEAN in that time frame. Bilateral trade's been growing at about 11% per year. So I think early wins were in the early years were tariff reductions that helped a lot. But in this round, the 3.0 upgrade, what we've seen is a lot of deep strengthening of the whole trade agreements in areas such as the green economy. Digital economy has been very important with the digitalization of the world economy. Some of those measures for improving hard connectivity in the digital economy through digital infrastructure, and also soft connectivity with things like e-invoicing, e-payments for trade, have also been important outcomes that have been agreed at this 3.0 upgrade. Yes. So I think a lot of the additional measures reflect the deepening of the overall trade agreement in areas where the economy is heading towards, such as the green economy, digital trade, and also strengthening supply chains in the region, reducing customs barriers. So these are all very important measures, not always related to tariffs, but non-tariff related measures that will also be very important for the new economy going forward.
Rajiv, really great to get your insights. Thank you so much for being with us today. Rajiv Biswas, CEO of Asia Pacific Economics.